Never gonna be the handyman around the house my father was. So don't be asking me to hang a curtain right for you, because that screwdriver business just gets me confused. It takes me often out to change your views. When I flick the switch, the lights all blue. I'm not your handyman. Don't be expecting me to put up shelves or build a garden shed. I can write a song that tells the world how much I love you instead. I'm not any good at pottery, so let's lose a T and just shift back the E, and I'll find a way to make my poetry build a roof over our heads, yeah. I know it looks like I'm just sat here reading the paper, but these ideas I'll turn to gold dust later. 'Cause I'm a writer, not a decorator. I'm not your handyman.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, music lovers, it's Billy Bragg.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Good,
Thank
man.
you so much for coming on
Not at all.
Secret Sessions.
Happy to be here.
It's great to have you, great to have you. Firstly, tell us about the track you performed
Well, I
for
can't
us.
say it's a secret, mate, isn't it?
All your answers are secrets.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
That's how we do it.
Yeah.
So we'll move on from that.
It's called Handyman Blues.
Right.
It's a track that I really wrote for my my long-term, long-suffering partner, who is a kind of like, well, she's sort of like an interior designer,
Right.
and I'm the world's worst hang picture, stick up a rail to put curtains on. I'm just so bad at it. So although I feel sometimes I don't live up to her expectations, I try and make up for it by writing love songs about her. And so far, it's worked. If that's advice for you at home, how to long-term relationship, write love songs and separate bathrooms.
But I think
That's the crucial bit.
do you have
That's
separate?
the crucial bit. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Separate bathrooms.
Yeah. There are some things you shouldn't see your partner do.
That's fantastic advice. Let's talk about your new album.
Yeah.
As well. Is it true that it was inspired by a tweet?
The part of it was, yeah, it was. I saw someone tweeted. It only was in my timeline because it had my name in it, and it was a tweet saying someone was getting over a breakup by listening to Billy Bragg. He's the Sherpa of heartbreak, and this idea of being the Sherpa of heartbreak, you know, my songs helping people do the heavy lifting of a romance that's gone wrong. I kind of like that. And a lot of people think of me as a political songwriter. That's true, I do write political songs, but I do write love songs as well. And I felt perhaps it was about time I reminded people of that. And also, an interesting thing that didn't used to happen in the old days was, in the old days you used to have to wait till you made an album before you could put all your thoughts from the last couple of years on. Now, if I write a song, for instance, a couple of years ago, I wrote a song about the phone hacking scandal in the week that it all kicked off. I wrote it on a Friday, performed it for the first time on the Tuesday, and I had it up on YouTube on Sunday. So it was out there, and then I recorded it next week and put it out for free download. So I've kind of used up the political songs by getting them out there, wanting to get them out there. So, you know, when I sort of came to make this album, what I had in my bag was a lot of songs about the struggle to maintain a relationship, a long-term relationship, and I reckon that's as worthy of writing about as the struggle to change the world, in my book anyway.
Oh, absolutely. And you recorded it as well in only 5 days.
Yeah, which is different for me. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a situation now where to think to make a proper album rather than an album which I sort of knock off quick and then just sell through my website. It really takes a lot of forethought, costs and those kind of things. But I have a friend, a guy named Joe Henry, who's an incredible producer and songwriter, and he reckoned we could do it in his basement in 5 days, make a proper album, it sounded good on the radio. So I went to see him, didn't even take a guitar, just took some songs and a change of underwear. And 5 days later, in fact 3 days later, we had 10 tracks, and I thought, flipping heck,
really?
if I write a couple more tracks, I could have a whole album here. So I went upstairs, got a pencil and a bit of paper, bish bash bosh, and came away with an album,
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I was just surprised anybody, I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it could have ended just been very, very expensive demos, or tracks that I later built on, the basis of, and that's what I thought was more likely. But to come away with the whole album, everything, there, done and dusted, I was really surprised with that. Particularly as I was locked into a promotion for another album. It was a bit of an awkward time. Yeah. I was sort of like doing something else, but it just gave me a bit of time to think about it.
This other album, this is the
Wilco, Nomad Avenue, complete reissues. Yeah, last year was the centenary of the birth of Woody Guthrie, and I already, when I made this album in January, in the pause before all that started, I was committed to gigs in Australia right up to October. Right. So there's no way I could suddenly pull it like a rabbit out of a hat. But it gave me time to think about it a little bit, live with it for a while.
And he did say he made you record as well the vocals differently.
Yeah. Anyone who's familiar with my stuff will know I'm not a great singer. People don't queue up outside to hear me sing. It's something else that attracts them. So normally what you do is you, with the band, you record the tracks, you do a guide vocal, but you come back later and concentrate on the vocals and focus. But Joe, my voice has definitely changed the last couple of years. It's definitely got deeper. It's got more down that Johnny Cash neck of the woods, which I just think is great. And Joe just said, just sing the songs. Just get in there and sing the songs. Because we're doing so many, instead of doing 1 or 2 songs a day, we're doing 4 songs a day. My voice was constantly being used, so it was just getting more and more malleable, and so I'm fine now that I'm actually able to get to do what I want it to, rather than I try and get it to do what I want to do, and it pings back off the crossbar or something,
But you know
that feeling.
Of course. Well, I'm terrible. I can't even get near the crossbar.
Well,
I don't know why I said that. I'm actually talking literally.
You're in a football metaphor situation there, which I'm going to pull you out of if you like.
That's very kind of you, do please. But was it weird, sort of quickly, sort of going back to that? Because you didn't do any overdubs or retakes, you literally just went in and did one take.
Taught them the songs, walked in the room, played the song a few times. We played it a few times, recorded it, but one.
And he put together a band as well.
He brought to us more his session musicians. He made some great records in that basement. He made Grammy Award-winning record with a couple of bands. He made an album with a woman called Betty Levette, Mose Allison he's had in there, Elvis Costello, Alan Toussaint. Ramblin' Jack Elliott got the Grammy for him. So and his bedside manner is really good. You don't even notice you're being produced.
Really?
Yeah, which is nice. Yeah. It's instead of someone standing around telling you what to do, it just says, look, go in there and sing the song. Here's a guitar, give me a guitar, go in and kiss the guitar. Go in that room and sing the song and sit out that microphone, sing it in there. That's about all the direction he gave me. Yeah. And it was just amazing. I once found an octopus's monocle on the beach, and I didn't know what to do with it. And I wanted to sort of scoop it up and carry it home. But unfortunately, before I could do that, the dog ate it. And I've never told anybody about it because obviously, people would say, you had a chance there with an octopus's monocle. But it was gone before I could do anything about it.